The contact you're using is 0758807764. Let me come again. 0758807764. And we'll be glad to have a conversation with you, even as we're going to talk about emotions today.
Yeah.
Is it emotions? Anyway.
Depending which school you went to.
Depending on the primary school you went to. My friend.
I don't know if you went to Ruankora Sekere SS Primary School.
Anyway, it's okay. But the thing is, you're talking about emotions today. Like you can already judge the emotional temperature we are having here.
Absolutely.
Of excitement, curiosity,
too excited to talk about emotions.
We are happy, and we are very excited to have these conversations together with you, right wherever you are. And so, talking about emotions, when you hear the word emotions, what comes to your mind, Albert?
When I hear the word emotions, what comes to my mind? There are a lot of things that come to my mind. Yeah, a lot of things that come to my mind. But I just want to say that emotions are one. It's a strong feeling that is driven by circumstances around us. They could probably be external or internal, and how we respond to them. So that's what comes to my mind when we talk about emotions. And also maybe something to add on is that emotions as we grow older, when emotions are something that that is part of us. It's part of our DNA. God has created us with emotions, and so as we grow older, we get to understand them. Yeah.
All right, that's amazing to know. The feelings and everything around us that builds up and makes up all these emotions that we get to express. Yeah. And I was also looking at it this way, that emotions are feelings actually that can be expressed to someone or something.
Or something, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Someone or something.
Yeah.
So people direct their emotions in different spaces.
Yes, I agree, absolutely.
Yeah. And so, talking about this, I think, I don't know whether we have positive or negative emotions. I don't know.
Positive or negative emotions, absolutely, yes, Daniel. Positive or negative emotions, because we do have positive and negative emotions, but emotions in its sense, they are not bad. Emotions are good because remember they are created by God. They have been given us.
I thought these things are just pure bad.
No. Emotions, Daniel. God has given us these emotions, right? God has created us and has given us emotions, whether positive or negative. Okay. And sometimes someone can say negative emotions, and you can share with us on negative emotions, examples of negative emotions. But positive emotions, someone could say maybe like being cheerful, excited. Yeah, you are hopeful. These are some of the positive.
You feel love.
You feel love.
Yeah. You feel contented. So you feel loved.
This could be some of the positive emotions.
Like you feel with joy. And you have amazing interests.
Yes.
So those are things that we could talk about as positive emotions.
Yes.
And all the things actually happen around us. Yeah. Wherever we are, even as you're watching us right there, you can identify actually with these things you're talking about.
Or someone someone can identify with which emotion they're experiencing right now. Because someone may be watching and they're like, maybe this is not exciting.
Just an emotion.
That's an emotion right there. Or someone may watch and say, "Wow, this is a good conversation. I'm excited to learn. I'm hopeful to learn. I'm curious." That's an emotion also, right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. Do you have any experience of positive emotions? Have you ever experienced anything like where you can really tell us this one worked for me?
How was I able to deal with my positive emotion? I've had different positive emotions. Like even now I'm positive about today. I am excited to be able to talk about emotions in itself because I know I'm always excited, and when I'm excited, one thing I do is that I'm a generous person. So when I'm excited, I want to take people for food.
You want to give?
I remember one time I was seated and I was really excited and just got. you know, usually, I don't want to say that this is what gives me the most excitement, but when you're paid, the emotion that comes with being paid, the excitement that comes with being paid. I've just been paid, I was broke, it was a long month, it was this month that we call, that they have like a year, a month you feel like it has been a year.
Yeah, you know, as Christians we say all months are the same.
Oh yeah,
but let's just say January.
There's that month, yes, there's that month that's actually long.
All money was used during Christmas period, and actually we are entering Christmas season, by the way.
Exactly.
Just a few days from now.
A few days from now, yeah. And so I was there, I just gotten paid. I was really, really excited of getting. I just gotten paid, and I'm like, do you know what? So I'm going to take my friends out. Out of excitement. As you know, I said I'm just going to take all my friends out. It was a positive emotion. It gave me some kind of joy. But also, I felt like I needed to share my joy with those people around me. So when I'm excited and when I'm having that excitement, I always want to share that joy with those around me. That's my positive emotion. And I'm sure, Daniel, you must have an experience with a negative emotion that you would want to share with us right now. Because I know people are okay. What are some of those negative emotions you're going through?
I think with that one, you said when you get excited, you feed us, my friend. I see you're excited. After this one,
Daniel, now
we're going to show this.
After this one, I'm not going to be excited.
You see, emotions change, by the way. So those are some of the realities about emotions and things that we can just say, okay, these emotions come and they go. What is one of the things that characterize emotions, actually?
What are some of the things that characterize emotions? That we need to understand. One is that meanwhile you haven't shared with us your negative.
I will bring it. I'm not dodging.
I feel like you're trying to dodge it. But it's okay. But
I'll bring it. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling now. We say the emotions are feeling.
It's a feeling. So right now you're feeling that you want to first relax a bit and bring it later.
And then I bring it.
Okay, but what are some of the things that actually characterize the emotions? What are some of the things that build up emotions that we need to talk about? One, that we need to recognize that emotions, there's nothing like bad or good emotions. But it depends on how we express. An emotion only becomes bad on how you have experienced, on how you've reacted, or what outcome has come out, or expressed it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it gets out. That's how it gets to become bad. If you're angry, it's okay to be angry. Yeah. How you experience, how you express the anger.
Actually,
that's what makes it bad.
Be angry, but don't be angry till the evening. The sun goes down.
Until the sun goes down. Yeah, and then the other is that emotions can be mild or can be intense, depending on the circumstances and the situations around you.
Mild or intense.
Mild or intense.
So it can be light or heavier or deeper.
Yeah, it can be, it can be those intense emotions. You're very excited, or it can just be a normal something that you've experienced, and and you don't take it. You just get out of it very, very quickly. And those are some of the things that actually characterize emotions. Yeah.
I think, of course, the other one we talked about before is they can come and they can go. So it's like it keeps changing anyway. But then we remain to be human beings. And so, having said that, I think on the other side that I will talk about the negative part of the emotions. We experience anger. Sometimes we express anger because certain circumstances happen in life, like you gave us a definition. That emotions, these are circumstances that happen around us, and either internal or external, can be expressed to someone or something. And so anger can be one of those emotions that can be expressed in one or the other. Talk about loneliness. You can feel emotionally. You can be with people, but you're still feeling emotionally lonely. And
there's something I just need to add right there.
It's okay.
You may be very connected and yet very disconnected. In a sense that you have many friends, you have everyone around you, but you're still feeling isolated within that place. Yeah, you're feeling lonely in a sense. Yeah. So I just wanted to just drop right there because I know people are experiencing that.
We got self-criticism. Fear. Somebody can feel, I am fearing something. Whatever will make someone fear, it's an emotional feeling that someone can express. Talk about rejection. I feel rejected. I felt that one, my friend, in life. Hey, it was terrible. I'll tell you that story just briefly. Somebody can feel a painful, pain actually even. Somebody can be so emotionally moved with something until they experience even pain in their heart. I don't know whether you've I've met several people, actually, like talking to people and even doing counseling here and there, but it says I feel a lot of pain. Why?
Yeah.
Because of this issue and this issue here. And I want to release it. But then, so we have to redirect how they are going to release that in a God-honoring manner. And so I remember a story in my life when I felt emotionally disappointed, rejected, and I could say denied, you know. And though this guy were doing some business together, and I was, let me say, I was like a manager of some of these whatever, let me just say property or some of the things he was were doing, and we had some agreements before that I will work for some time, and then out of that, it was just after actually my Form 6 somehow, and then I will work with him, and then I will not be paid, but at the end of the day, I will be given money so that I can get my money to go to university also, that I can pay. But then, when that time came, we had a mild understanding. I didn't say my problem was I didn't calculate everything because I had too much trust and whatever. So before, and then before we were doing business very well, I could just come, account, I tell them, you know, this is what we have made today, and this, and say, it's okay. Well, this time round, the guys I was working with, the guys were very jealous. I could say, I was honest, I didn't like cheating person. So the guys I was working with were guys who wanted to cheat and whatever. Other guys are doing the same thing. So they tried to influence me, but I refused totally. Until they had to call the boss and say,
they wanted you to cheat.
To cheat money, finances. And so I refused. And so the guys created lies and said, this guy is not paying us, he's wasting money on women, and doing this and that. So then they called me, you know, guy.
Were you wasting money on women?
No, I was not.
Because they usually say there's no smoke without fire.
No. This guy here. Okay, let me spare that. I almost expressed my emotion in a certain way. But to cut a story short, man, the guy came and then the guy was very angry, man. You know, you will never make it in life. You will be poor. You will die. What? You'll never go to university. My goodness, I felt like, my God, the whole earth was against me. I felt like the you know, I don't know whether you've been in that moment where you feel like the earth could just open and swallows you. You feel like it could be the door, like those days in the days of Moses in the wilderness when the guys disobeyed God like this. Go. And they forget about you. Man, I felt like that. Actually, I felt like killing that guy. I vowed that one. I didn't know Jesus by that time, seriously. And then when I I was almost reaching home, the mind changed after reading some material of some guy also who almost went through the same situation.
Wait, you had gone to kill?
When you reach home, I was going to kill that guy. Because I have those days anyway. So, but the story changes. I changed. I say, instead of killing him, let me kill myself. So I was almost very depressed, very stressed. Actually, that's the moment when Christ just helped me out of that situation by guiding me. And then when that happened, I was able to control my anger.
How were you able to? I don't understand. How did then Christ guide you? Because then he told us that you are not saved then. How did Christ guide you out?
Okay, I was trying to avoid that part, but I had a divine encounter where I had a conversation with God, and the Lord just appeared to me anyway. And just we had. He helped take away that pain out of me. I remember asking in that vision only one thing: give me the peace of my heart. And when I got out of that vision, my goodness, I had this amazing peace that I've never had in life. And things just changed drastically like that. And is that the correct English? Amazing. Let me use the word amazingly. Just to express the emotion of gratitude to God, how he dealt with that situation for me. And then at the end of the day, I was able to join university. God provided miraculously. This guy didn't even know I was in campus very well. When I was in my second day, he goes, hey, how are you, man? Where are you? Tell me in campus. Hey, you are there? Glory to God. By that time, God had transformed my life. I was even serving in ministry at the university. And God had told me to forgive. You know, so I now learned through that situation and circumstance. I can remember asking God, why would you allow that to happen? For sure. I remember the answer was very clear. If that had not happened, you would not be where I wanted to be actually. So certain circumstances come in our way, and God uses, whether it is positive situation or a negative situation, to bring out the best in us.
Absolutely.
And so that was, I mean, sometimes I try to just control my tears, but it would usually, when I think about it, always usually hurting and really painful experience
that you went through.
Yeah.
And it is very true. Today, today we get to realize that depending on how different youths, young adults, teenagers, they are. When you talk to someone, you talk to a teen, you talk to a young adult, they are telling you some of them have what we call suicidal thoughts.
Oh yeah.
They be like, I'm feeling suicidal. I feel like I don't want to live anymore. It's an emotion, or even out of anger, or even out of disappointment. And most often than not, it's even out of rejection. That they have been rejected in front of their passion, and so they feel like they have no reason to live anymore. But even in a place of this has happened. People, most teenagers, young adults, go for internships, go to volunteer in places, and then they are mistreated, and they feel like they don't. They're taken advantage of, and so they feel like they don't want to live anymore, and some of them feel suicidal. With the pressure around us, one may even tend to feel feel suicidal, and that's very true. I can actually relate to what you're saying, and I know many of us are relating right now. Yeah.
So when that happened, my friend, when we talk about suicidal, I actually wanted to take poison one of that nights.
Yeah.
That's when Christ actually helped me out.
Yeah.
Because I remember taking that poison on my hand, and I was actually making my prayer, Lord Jesus, forgive me all my sins. I forgive that guy. I'm very innocent about that situation. Forgive me what I've gone wrong. I'm very, very interesting prayer. But today I'm coming home. I was very sad, and my friend.
With your poison?
With my poison in my hand, I was sitting on the bed. So tomorrow morning they get me and they just bury me, my friend. Yeah. That was how far that mishandling of that emotion wanted to take me that far. I would not be here actually today. Yeah. But of course something miraculous happened there. Somebody came in and then the story changed. Yeah. And so having talked about all the things here, so maybe somebody is watching us and you feel hurt, you feel emotionally low, and maybe you feel rejected, you feel some of the things we talked about as negative emotions. And you're wondering, okay, how can I be able to get out of this situation? How can I handle this in life? We are here for you and to talk about this together with my brother here. And so how can one, Albert, be able to handle these negative emotions?
How can one handle?
Because people are drowning in it, my friend.
How can one handle negative emotions? One is that we need to understand that we need to come in good terms and know that emotions are real, and they are part of us, like we said earlier. Emotions are real. They are part of us. We deal with them every day. And sometimes it's important for us to be aware, to be emotional aware, and then we can be able to have emotional intelligence that will help us succeed in life. When a child is just being born, they have facial emotions. They express their emotions in different ways. They cry when they are hurt. They smile when they are happy. They want to cuddle. They do all these different things. But as they grow, as we get to grow, we start to name these emotions. We start to name them. And when you're feeling happy, you start saying, I'm happy. When you're feeling sad, you start saying, I'm sad. And you start to name them.
So you speak it out.
You speak it out.
You don't hold it.
You're not like a child anymore. You speak it out. And that's what we call emotional awareness. You are aware of the emotions around you. And some of us are more emotional, are more aware of the emotions around us than the others. But that doesn't mean that we can't be aware of the emotions. Now, if you're aware about your emotions, the question is, how then do you handle the strong emotions that we feel? Like you asked, how do we handle them? But it comes from a first place of identifying them. You need to you need to identify the emotion. You need to identify it and say, okay, I am angry. You identify maybe from a situation, maybe you're with a friend and the friend said something, and that's maybe they said a word and they didn't even know what is going on. Or even probably you are in a team. You are at school and you're in a team and you did work together, and this work, it happened that the other friend of yours took credit. It looked like he did the most of the work that you did, and yet actually you put in efforts. And then you feel all the credit is being given to the other person. You need to identify, how am I feeling at that point? You need to identify, am I feeling jealousy of them? Am I feeling resentful? Do I resent them? Or in a sense, am I feeling like I'm angry? I don't want to be in the group anymore. So you identify the emotion, and after identifying the emotion, is you now you ask yourself, what do I do with this emotion? I'm angry, but what do I do? What do I do with it? That's when you now take a step. You take a step of asking yourself, then what do I do about this emotion? If I'm angry, what do I do with it? Do I go ahead and slap them? Do I go ahead and tell them? Do I go ahead and what do you do with an emotion after you've identified it? What step do you take? What action step do you take after identifying it? That's very key. Sometimes we want to compress them, we want to suppress them inside of us, but it's not a good thing to suppress the emotion. It's okay to identify it and say, I'm feeling angry. It's okay to feel angry, and then it's okay to go. It's okay to say, okay, now that I'm angry, how can I be able to deal with it? And usually, more often than not, strong emotions, we can be able to deal with them. Sometimes you maybe want to walk away. Yeah, you want to take a step and walk away from it. Or maybe you just want to take a pause and think about it and ask yourself how you're going to deal with it. Or even probably you just want to you want to pray about it. You want to seek for help, or you want to talk to someone, an adult, and seek for help. Yeah, so for me, I think that's one of the ways that we can actually deal with strong emotions.
To try to get the main point out of what you've talked about is identifying the issue.
Yes,
identifying the emotion.
Identifying
the
emotion.
That is key.
Yeah.
If you're viewing us, identify that situation and what has caused it actually.
Yeah, what has caused this?
What has made you feel like that?
Yeah.
And then, as that happens, take an action.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling like you're rejected, you know, and then what caused that? So when you've identified that, then take a step of action. Okay, what will I do if my brain is depressed? As okay, they say, you can even run around. Take a walk. It says that even running around, moving around, walking around has the ability to, I could say, trigger some hormones that help stabilize our body system somehow.
They help us to be more excited with life and more enthusiastic and happy.
So you can run around. Actually, it even helps to reduce cut weight.
You need to run. I don't think you're running more.
You know, I'm still coming up. I'm still coming up. And then another is, I think, building positive emotions. Build on positive emotions. Don't allow yourself be so much drowned in the negative things. No, there is a positive there's a positive side of something always. And so if you allow yourself too much to drop back to something that had us some time back, we can actually not move forward. So we cannot change the past, but we can do something about today that can make the next future or tomorrow a better environment for us. I think the other one you actually highlighted on is seeking support. Because there are certain situations, my goodness, that I will have to need a support from a friend or a brother or a sister or even a pastor, your leader. You're in a team, your team leader, or even peers actually. People you can be able to share what we are going through together. Because in Christianity, we are a community actually. A pastor like saying that. We are a community, not a Lone Ranger kind of a believing system. No, we are a family. That's why Jesus says we are of the same body. And he is the main person. So you could be a hand, I could be an ear, be a nose, whatever. But in this body we are put together, and so we are there to hold each other's hands and build each other up. I think having in mind also that there are those very difficult emotions that we can't handle them on our own. We will need to actually even, where necessary, find a therapist, find a counselor. Maybe you're at school, in high school, and you're studying and you're wondering, how will I handle these guys? There's a school counselor. Almost every school has a school counselor. Or there is that sir or madam that you're free with, you're comfortable to talk with. Come on, just go ahead and gather the guards and just the boldness and go and talk. Because this is a matter that is about your life. And you can't allow this drown you down. And so, even as we come to a close, Albert, today, I don't know, what could you tell our viewers today as far as this emotional issue is concerned?
Is that one is that emotions are it's part of us, but also we need to know when you're dealing with strong emotions, when you're facing strong emotions, I want to help us with what has worked for me, and this could not work for you, could work for someone else, but this is what has worked for me because I experience emotions like anyone else. And one is that I call them the 3 do not rules. The 3 do not rules. And the one is that do not hurt yourself.
Do not hurt yourself.
Do not hurt yourself. You're experiencing this emotion, don't hurt yourself. Yeah, whatever it could be, do not hurt yourself. Remember not to hurt yourself. And then the other is that don't hurt others, because sometimes some other emotions, just like you said in your experience, you thought like you wanted to go and kill your uncle because you were feeling rejected, you're feeling like you're disappointed. So we need to remember not to hurt others. And then the other is do not hurt property. Remember that property, God has called us to be good stewards of whatever we have. Yeah. So do not hurt property. Whatever thing, sometimes you get very angry and you want to maybe cut something or do something, but you need to remember that you cannot hurt property. One is that do not hurt yourself, do not hurt others, and then do not hurt property. This is something that I would ask us that we can hold on to, that we are able to deal with these emotions that we are dealing. But also the Bible helps us to see. We see David, how he was able to deal with emotions. When he was attacked by Saul, when Saul wanted to kill him. So David could have decided to kill Saul. He had many chances to kill Saul, but he did not. He chose not to. He said, I will not touch the anointed one of the Lord. He chose not to kill Saul.
He controlled his
emotions, and he asked God to help him control those emotions. So ultimately, we need to ask God to help us in our different emotions, because we will keep dealing with emotions. Yeah.
Wow. When you talked about King Saul, I remembered some bit in the text in 1 Samuel chapter 30, actually, verse 6, where the Amalekites actually attacked the Israel camps, and then the team of David, and they took with the women, the children, everything. Yet David and about 600 and something soldiers were with the Achish, one of the Philistine kings, and when they are coming back, of course they did agree on the other side, but when they came back, just summarize the story, they realized everything is gone, and people were angry. The Bible says the people wanted to stone David, but they were actually emotionally correct, because the things have happened. But then David, Bible says he found encouragement in the Lord. He controlled himself, and then he sought God, and God encouraged him. And I love that bit, by the way. And when you see the way he approached it, actually, he sought God. He called the priest that was with him, Abiathar, and then he took the ephod, and then sought the face of God and go and asked him, should I go and attack these guys? And then God said, go ahead. And then actually defeated them, the Amalekites, and restored everything. You see, he controlled his emotions and everything. So, our dear viewers, we would love to have these conversations continue, even out of the live, the TV session here. But then our contacts will be displayed right here, and even send us a message. Let's have this continue. Maybe you're going through a situation and you want help. We are there to help each other. We believe in doing Christianity as a family and a community. And so we'll be glad to hear from you. Otherwise, we are so thankful for you choosing to be with us today. Thank you very much. As we conclude, Albert, could you mind giving us a concluding prayer?
Absolutely. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you very much that today we can talk about emotions, because everyone is dealing with emotions. It's part of us. And God, emotions dealt with wrongly, they will definitely bring something terrible. And sometimes they can bring very bad relationships because of poor emotions that are dealt with very wrongly. You've given us wisdom and knowledge to seek you, but also to be able to learn on how we can deal with these emotions you've given us. Thank you so much for this platform where we can talk about it. And for everyone who is watching, and maybe they have been struggling with strong emotions on how to deal with them and everything, Lord, may you give them the courage to step out and learn from us, and learn from even many other sources how they can deal with emotions. We thank you so much, oh God, for the opportunity to be here and to even to talk about this very topic. In Jesus' mighty name I pray and believe. Amen. All right, just in case you want to be part of us, just in case you want to have any questions, anything to say, anything to add on this very particular topic, please feel free to reach out, and we will be in touch with you. Until next time,
see you.
A place for you.